up? What are you nerdigans? This is the one and only Taco Girl 89, and today's book nerdigan discussion is Corruption by Jessica Shirvington, which is the second book and final book in the Disruption duology. If you have not read Disruption or Corruption or have watched my Disruption book nerdigan discussion video, which I have done, then seriously, why the commie and RCS are you here? Go watch read the books, and watch the video and come back here so we can talk about it, because this series is so good. It's what Allegiant by Veronica Ross should have been, and it's this book in Corruption. It's what Allegiant should have been, and it's by Veronica Ross, and what Requiem should have been by Lauren Oliver, and that's the third book in the Delirium series. The Delirium series. And this is the beautiful cover, and it's again of our beautiful leader Mags. Damn it, tablet. Of our beautiful leader, Mag. But anyway, let's get to it. I gotta say this. The reason why, before I go into this, remember, please go donate to my Patreon. I have a link in the description below to my Patreon, so that way you guys can keep, because right now, my money, I hate saying it, but yeah, my money struggles are over 9,000. And I would really appreciate, like, especially from you nerdigans, I would really love it. I really would love to have the support from you guys. So that way I can keep making videos, because I really love doing this. This is really fun for me. But anyway, because I love talking about books, especially. But anyway, this book was so good. I love that, Jessica Shirvington was able to do what Veronica Ross and Lauren Oliver did in 3 books. Well, Lauren Oliver also had, and same with Veronica Ross, she had 4 and all that shit. And Jessica, if you want to do a Quentin Mercer novella, I am totally down with that. Please do a Quentin Mercer novella. I would be so fine with that. I don't think it really needs it, though. It would be nice to have it, but I don't think we really need it that much. But anyway, she was able to do it in 2 books. What Veronica Ross and Lauren Oliver didn't even really accomplish in 3. I love this series, this duology, and you guys, if you guys have read this duology, you understand why I love Jessica Shirvington's writing so much. But anyway. So basically, where we left off in Disruption, and this continues right where Disruption left off, and similar to Empower, which was the final book in the Embrace series, there's no prologue, it just goes straight into it, and I love it! And so basically, Mags is still in her cell, and she's figured out a way to survive, and she's exercising and trying to make herself stronger, but not too strong. And randomly, there's a blue light one day, and some rehabilitated nags came to take her out, and apparently she smells worse than dead bodies on clean-out day. And she goes into a high-speed pod without guards and into a black Jeep with guards that are driving Mags back to Arlington and dropped her off at her home, and Mag's M-band is activated. So, like, I was thinking when I read this part, I was like, what the commie and RCs just happened? I thought she was going to never see the light of day again. I don't know if any of you nerdigans thought that as well. But, yeah. So, according to the reactivated M-band, Mags was underground for 4 weeks. And what Maggie was saying was she felt like she was down there for an eternity. And I was like, yeah, it felt like it to the reader as well. And I thought it was sweet that her mom and Sam didn't stop looking for her. And Sam and her mom knew Dad was a piece of shit and never a neg. They knew it. They knew it. And they just never told her. Which I kind of understand. Like, I kind of understand. I don't it's like, it's a mixed feeling for me. But yeah. So Sam gets Mom to safety as well as getting hazers, and then he's going to come back for Max. And the rumors are fucked up when she goes back to school. That Quinn and Mags broke up, Quinn was having problems with his Veritech, and then if Mags slept with him as long as he kept it off, and Gabrielle at least doesn't believe the rumors at school, like Max was after the Mercer fortune, and that's why she wanted to lure Quinn into marriage, which is fucked up. Like, seriously, fuck you, rumors. And, where's the other one? And correction, Max isn't a slut. She's a muddy digging whore. I thought it was funny. I love her wit. So holy Kami and Arceus. So Quinn has Ivy on his arm and bodyguards, and I was thinking shenanigans, shenanigans, shenanigans. I had my broomstick, I had my pitchfork, I was ready. And they did a retesting of the M-Mans with Ivy, Quinn, Maggie, and Nathan. And I love that Angus Reynolds is Gus's full name. I just thought that was so funny. I don't know why. And Garrett is a piece of shit. So Ivy and Quinn rated 73%, and of course, Mags was a neg. And just as they were putting Mags' M-Band in the computer, the alarms went off and the power went out, and Quinn and Gus saved Mags. Ah, yes, victory, bitches! And I love what Gus said. He said, didn't think I'd miss the chance to have you owe me one, did you, Mags? Who else would manage to orchestrate something so awesome and blow up the building in the process? Quinn and Gus planned it all. And they're staying in the Burns upstairs apartment, and it kind of reminds me of the situation with Dapper, but the difference is that the owner owns Gus a lot. Yeah. So this is what Gus said. This is what Gus said on Quinn. So Quinn was taken into a holding cell at the same time you were. They knocked him out and gave him a sedative, and when he woke up, his father was there. Garrett Mercer told him in no uncertain terms the way everything was going to go down. Quinn figured out pretty quickly that you'd be kept imprisoned, and that if he fought, his father would make sure you'd never see the light of day. I gotta give it to him. He definitely picked up some tricks from you along the way. The man has been relentless. Yeah, I think Quinn and Maggie are following the way of the pajamas just fine, showing no mercy. Anyway, he made sure his father believed that he hated you, that he'd only just figured out what you figured what you'd done to him, and that he wanted you to pay big time. Through Morris, I managed to let Quentin know you were still alive and being held prisoner, and I was working on getting a message to you. He told his father that he wanted revenge, that he was entitled to it, and now that, and it helped that she left the cell phone on, so he heard everything. Gus heard everything. He told his father that he wanted revenge, that he was entitled to it, and now that, that he knew more about the family business, he knew he was more in business to get the paycheck he so desired. Garrett was tickled pink by that his son wanted to embrace the family way. Quentin made it clear he wanted public vindication for his own fair attack, and that he wanted you there so he could rub it in your face. He figured that once you all turn on your tech, it would expose the fact that you guys were a true match, and there would be so much public attention it would ensure your safety. No one knows they are a true match, by the way. And it was never an option. Quentin overheard it. It was never an option. Quentin overheard discussions between Eliza and M-Corp security the moment you were released was set in motion. There were guards watching you every second until the lights went out in that gym. Quentin assured his father that that the combination of your hero complex and your puppy love for him guaranteed that you'd try to find him, setting with the school. I love it. The look on Maggie's face was so priceless when he said that. And Gus continued with Gus. Get over it. Anyway, they let you go, but at least at the last minute, Garrett put his own conditions on their deal. He said that if Quentin was after true revenge, it had to be done properly, an eye for an eye. And Garrett's idea was to disrupt Mags, which meant they had to go with Plan B. Blow up everything. I love what Gus said here. Blow up everything. Frankly, I preferred that one from the beginning. It was mostly smoke bombs with a little fire with the use of small explosives. Shit, Gus was supposed to activate them before the inhalers. Gus, you fucked it up. And the new anthem is Uprising. Fuck you, M-Corp. You can't control us, motherfucker. I love it. And I love that Gus hacked Mag's files 6 months ago, and he's still there, BFF type, right? This is BFF type shit right there. And he's still there, by the way. So go, Gus, for inventorying up the weapons. I love it. I love Gus. Gus is awesome. He is up there on, like, the best book nerdigan best friend. I swear to Kami and Arceus. So the tech bombs. So they work like grenades. But when they went off, it put out a silent frequency that sent all tech within a 2-mile radius haywire for a few minutes, including M-bands. So Maggie started training with Master Rua again, which was good. And Maggie woke up from a nightmare to Quinn. I was like, when she woke up and Quinn was there, I was like, oh, Quinn's there, oh my God. And then she fell asleep in his arms before talking. And, like, Quinn said he hated her. I was like, Quinn, you are so full of shit. You do not hate her. And wow, Quinn got to sneak up by telling his bro he was banging Joy, the bar manager. Yes, the one that owes Guts hella favors. So, meeting with Master Rua, the pre-evolution contact, who is actually Kelsey's brother and the leader of the pre-evolution. So Guts hasn't had contact with Kelsey before Mags was captured, and he is worried as hell. And fuck that bastard. The deal is off the table, and Alex told Gus to stay away from Kelsey. Seriously, fuck Alex, fuck you pre-evos. You guys are dumbasses. So the M-Corp guards ambush them, and it's like, seriously, why, Master Rua? Why did you betray us, you son of a bitch? Why? I loved it when Maggie shot Travis in the nuts with the trank gun after getting the code for his place for the new base camp. That was awesome. And Quinn came with Gus. I was like, yay, Quinn came with Gus. And oh shit, Quinn got found out. That was so freaked out. So he said, I heard Mom on the phone. She was telling whoever was on the other end that they needed to stay close to me and get ready to take me out of the game. I think it means that my mother just ordered my execution. Whoever she was talking to was clearly just following her orders. She instructed the person to leave Sebastian and Zach alone, that she had no doubt they were loyal. And Morris is staging a party and getting Quinn high on lusted enhancers. Quinn got high on lusted enhancers to get him out, and that was so genius. And Mag is back bitches with the blackmailing of Travis, and oh bullshit, Travis, like you would have helped out right away. Seriously, I doubt it. And, like, who would have guessed that Quinn was Morris' silent partner in the gambling ring all along? So, they're going to meet Morris at the annual diplomatic ball at Georgetown. So, what that is, it's a masked ball as a symbol of the ways forward. Excuse me. They invite the most powerful men and women and some of the least privileged, but they are all dressed to the same standard. If they can't afford it, they are provided an outfit on arrival, and they are fitted with a jeweled mask, some fake, some real. Okay, can I go, please? I am very underprivileged. And just hold on a second, people. I'm getting water. I would love to go to this event. I'm underprivileged, and I would love to... Man down. I don't know what fell, but whatever. I am underprivileged. I would love to go, so please, people, someone take me to this event. Sorry, I needed to pull Ruby. I was getting really thirsty. It's an event where the ratings do the talking and not the social structure and age barriers. Well, yeah, age is just a number. At the end of the night, each guest places their mask on the table representing each of the 5 charities that they choose. Like, if the masks are fake, I wonder how the charity would feel, like, honestly. Yes, trust Quinn, just don't doubt him. And holy shit, Ivy has been helping the whole time Quinn. Seriously, what the shit? I was so shocked. And she knew it was all a lie. From the moment I went back to school and struck things up with her again, she knew it was a cover. She doesn't feel that way about me anymore, Mags. It was just a cover. Oh my Tommy and Arceus. And, like, remember that rating with Ivy? It's coming back. And I already told you, I love what Quinn says. He's like, I already told you there's one thing I know for certain, Maggie, and a lot I'm still trying to figure out, but Ivy Knight is not even part of the equation. And Ivy switching outfits with Max for the ball. I was laughing so hard when Ivy said this. She said, I'm getting the better of the deal. That corset hurts like a bitch. And yeah, the ratings about Ivy and Mag's friendship were right. I've never, and this is what Ivy said, I've never seen him angry or desperate or passionate about anything or anyone before. You hear angry, but to me, it's the type of emotion that's only born from the kind of intense and crazy love most people never get to experience. So yeah, so that explains why Lincoln was angry a lot. He's my friend too, Maggie, and maybe you need one too. I was like, oh, the ratings were right, motherfucker. And Eva is a lifesaver, and fuck you, Eliza. And Morris knew it was Max because Ivy's boobs are bigger than hers. And I was laughing when he said that. I was like, wow. And poor Morris is being monitored. And Morris is awesome for providing money in a Range Rover. Cake ass. And yay, Max and Quinn are still a true match with the kiss. And I love it. This writing is great. It was frantic. The kind of kiss that meant everything. Fear, love, life, death, hope, devastation, lust. It was all there and coasting over the top of it. All with the certainty that came with every touch. We were each other's match. I was like, oh, I love this writing! And I love what Quinn said, too. The lust enhancer was Morris's idea. And by the way, when I forgot to mention this, I thought it was hilarious when Quinn was on the lust enhancer. Because he was like all touchy-feely and shit. And I honestly thought that Max was going to do something with Quinn. I did, but no. The lust enhancer was Morris's idea, and I was so desperate to get to you, I went along with it. Mostly I was scared. I didn't know if you'd still want me. I left you down there, Maggie. For weeks and weeks I failed you. I didn't know if you'd ever forgive me after that. I know this isn't the time, but you look at me like you don't know how much I love you, and I can't take that anymore. It almost killed me to see you that first day, Mags, forcing myself to not look at you the moment I entered the classroom. I wanted to charge at you, scoop you, and run away, and instead I had to pretend I didn't care. I had to hurt you, knowing you had already been through so much, through too much, for one person. I've never hated myself so much, and mostly because, yeah. And I love how Maggie is finishing his sentences, too, because there was a part of you that wanted to hurt me. And Morris is a freaking genius, marking the games that once you get to level 2 and know where to go, you can access the file. Like, he is a video game nerdigan to the highest water. I love that, Travis. Maybe she just needs to get laid, and Travis just needs a fucking car talk. And, oh shit, Quinn caught Mags and Gus kissing. Fuck, they thought you were Darren. Travis, you dumb fuck. Like, he did this on purpose. I want to know if you guys think if Travis did that on purpose. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, shit. Quinn says Gus is in love with Mags, and you didn't have to punch a beer, Quinn. Shit. And Master Rua has a letter for Mags from Sam, which is awesome. And go Quinn for punching Gus. I didn't get to, because Gus and Travis went partying, and this is what Quinn said. I didn't get into it with you last night because you were drunk and I knew you wouldn't remember it, but I'm fairly certain you now have enough of your faculties back to ensure that if you ever touch Maggie again like you did yesterday, I won't stop at one punch. Gus, this isn't a warning, it's a promise. I simply don't have it in me to stand back and let that happen again. That is Lincoln! That is Lincoln! Gus doesn't have feelings for Mags, and yes, she will punch him, # quit her butt. And you gotta wonder why Kelpie had tossed him aside. And Travis's men, we have Ned, we have Hex, who's a mixed martial arts specialist, and Liam. And the goal to go into one of the newer hubs where there's, like 200 people and free them. And the fresh intake means they're less likely to kill you. And the teams, we have Travis and Quinn, Ned and Hex, and Max and Liam. And, Quinn got Max new clothes, and I love it. And Liam, run first, questions later, and yes, fireworks in the trash can do work. That was awesome. And Liam is a neg that escaped the processing camp. And poor Liam, he was military and had a wife and son when Fairtech started. After he turned down a private sector job, they turned him neg. And his wife killed herself. Those motherfucking bitches. And at least the son is in a good home, though, and after he makes enough money, Liam is taking his son and going off-grid. And he used to do chemical weapons delivery for the military. And those bastards killed Travis! No! Travis is dead! And now the Negs are all dead, those fuckers, including Kelsey. Yeah, they killed Kelsey, and Mag's dad is an asshole. So Kelsey... The reason why Kelsey threw Gus aside was because she was a neg, and she was in a neg camp. So Liam, you bastard, narked on Alex and the pre-evos, even though they saved their sorry butts. And Hex was a fucking mole, and that bastard, he's dead. And Travis and Ned are dead too. So cute. Quinn is okay, and just getting treated for a gunshot wound. So we're off to the pre-evolution headquarters where, according to Grace, Max isn't a prisoner, but she isn't allowed to leave. So yeah, she's kind of a prisoner. So you know what's behind the pre-evolution reference? Motherfucking Eliza Mercer. That's who. Yep. This is what she said. I was once CIA. Yeah, she was CIA. I was recruited out of school and trained from the age of 18. I was like you, fast, strong, quick-witted, and determined to come out on top. I traveled the world undercover. I was a valuable asset. But when I came back to America, in between jobs, I met a man. He was gorgeous and charismatic. He didn't know what I did for a living. He thought I was merely a personal assistant to the government department head. I fell in love. We fell in love. After a year, he asked me to marry him. I said yes and quit my job. We got married and had a family. I never told him the truth. Preference evolution is not part of M Corp, Maggie. Preference evolution is the United States of America. So I got so confused because I thought M Corp was with the United States of America. It's like, what the fuck? That was a huge mindfuck to me. So Eliza runs the background checks, and it's nice to know that she's loyal to the USA first, and she's sticking to the marriage to save the kids. And it's too bad Zach and Sebastian didn't turn out like Quinn, or so we think, was Sebastian. So Max can see through the bullshit, and just to cut to the chase, Eliza. A few things. Your intel to start. Your word that you will stay here until further notice, and not attempt to leave. Sorry, I don't want my computer to overheat on me. In the building, your maps of the tunnels, and most importantly, you won't tell my son that I'm here, or what role I play. And Master Rua was in here, and he trained Eliza too. Holy shit, it was crazy when I saw that. So good job, Max. No more lies, and she told Quinn that his mom was in charge. It was great. And Alex is such a jackass. He totally deserved the tech pump. Yes, it's one sick, twisted puppy love Quinn and Max have. It is. And no one separates Quinn from his family. And I love what Quinn says. I mean Maggie and Gus. Every family needs a Gus. Yes, every family needs a Gus. And, oh, what other tech bombs? Yeah, just let Gus handle shit. He knows what he's doing. Oh, and Michael is Mr. Peterson, the guy that that caused Mag's dad to go nuts, according to her mom and her brother. After having nightmares, why not go have sex with Quinn? You gotta love the contraceptives. And it actually reminds me of what was it? Of Hunger Games a little bit with Peeta and Katniss, because remember Katniss was having nightmares, so she went and cuddled with Peeta, and I don't remember if it's been a while since I've read Hunger Games, but the Hunger Games series. But I think it was more in oh, what was it? I want to say it was in Catching Fire, maybe? I think it was Catching Fire. I don't remember. I don't think they were having sex, but I think they were cuddling anyway. Holy shit. So anyway, Eliza wants to kill Garrett after getting the antidote, and Eliza literally doesn't knock. And the cameras caught the earlier part of the night making out when she was topless and Max was topless, and so was Quentin. And I love what Max said. She's like, she's a highly trained undercover spy who carte blanche from the United States government. Right now she's more powerful than the president, and she just caught me naked in bed with her son. And figures Eliza would be the head after Garrett goes down. I I love Gus. He's the king of hackers. And seriously, go Quinn. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Mags goes, you go. And I love it. Quinn and Mags with their PDA. They're so cute. And so the key active ingredient, so they're going to get so Operation Get the Antidote. So the key active ingredient in the sample so that Michael can reproduce the antidote in one of his labs up in Canada. And enough can be replicated for America within 36 hours and the rest of the world in 72 to 96 hours. Then to aviation and to weather control. Yep, putting disruption up in the sky. And Gus is coming too, motherfuckers, and he is wearing his fedora and combat gear. And, well, someone has to be the genius to hack from the inside. And I love what Gus says. It's great. He's like, afraid I'll steal your limelight? I can totally see how you would be worried. Just seeing how badass I make this outfit look is enough to make a superhero movie adaptation. And I love the marker fight. That scene was so funny. Because it started off with putting war paint on them, and then they just started marking them, and I was marking each other, and it ends with all of them throwing uncapped highlighters at Alex. Of course, they all missed, and they ended up hitting some of the guards, and that was so fucking hilarious. And seriously, Quinn beat you to the punch, Max. This time, you ride in the back of the nice Ducati Diamond off-roader that isn't on the market for another 6 months. And seriously, LOL Liam, it's great. Only thing slowing us down right now is your ego. So, they're going back to Dulles International Airport, and this time was way easier thanks to pre-Evo. And Gus hacked the system, and so the guards can't see them, and it's easy access to the pod. And Eliza's team has already got New York and D.C. headquarters before their pod was ambushed as soon as they arrived. So they're all under attack. So according to Liam, the final words from Eliza's links before it went dead were from Garrett. All this time, I thought Sebastian was the wink link, and then I heard her cry out, and then the line went dead. So they split up. So Quinn and Liam will go finish what Eliza started, and Gus and Mags go to the core. Yes, Gus is good backup, even though his main weapon of choice is a computer. And I love this writing. I love it. I love Quinn. As soon as it was, Liam was moving at a run. Quinn grabbed me, kissed me quickly, whispering a promise of paradise before taking off after him. And after they left, I turned back to Gus. You've never been to a firing range, have you, Gus? Nope. Mags, you have no idea how to shoot a gun, do you? Gus, none whatsoever. I can't believe that cocking it thing actually worked. I was laughing so hard. And seriously, Gus, quit being such a woman. Just go to the panic room, shoot when you need to, regret shit later. And Gus needed that slap. And oh shit, so Mag's dad jammed the gun against Maggie's head as soon as she walked into the door. And don't underestimate Mag. She's not starting like the last time these same guards had her in custody. Yep, it's the same guards. And oh shit, her dad captured and had Sam and Mom beaten. Like, what the fuck? See, this is box shit. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, cool. And he's gonna gas them. Yeah, and it's fucked up. Dad is using this card. He is. And Mags used revealing Eliza as the true leader of pre-Evo to shove perma-disruption down his throat. And Dad used/revealed the antidote. It can be swallowed or absorbed through the skin. And Mags is shot and the fam is about to be gassed. And Quinn was shot and /killed by Sebastian, or so we thought. And Dad has hit the box troll status, I swear to Connie. The riots were only the tip of the iceberg. The world is on a fast track to anarchy and devastation. The term World War will be brought to a new level as battles become not about country or honor, but about basic animal instincts to be killed, kill or be killed. The next have grown in numbers to become a plague on the earth, and I am their god. That is, I'm telling you, read Bleach manga. The true match was the cure. You mingle the disruption with the combined pheromone secretions of a true match, and it causes outgoing signals to stall and reboot, like restarting an engine, but on a new fuel. And there's no cure for true negs, and 70% of America are false negs, and around the world considerably more. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, this guy? Seriously, this is box shit. And the hidden boot knife that Max had only grazed Dad's thigh, and Gus to the rescue. I love it. No, you're in heaven, and the first thing you get to see is me. Now get your ass up and help me here. I loved it. Gus shot and killed Dad. So, like, seriously, fuck yes. Go, Gus, and he saved the fam. What a twist. And then, Gus died! And he died while he was finishing shit up on the computer. And the code for the laptop being the Maggieverse. And, I cried so hard. And Max says, you're my best friend, Gus. And Gus's only friend. Max, love you always. Gus's final words, love you back, Max. Always have. I was like, no, not Gus. And see, this is you can have the best friend die. You don't have your main character die, Veronica Roth. I'm sorry, you don't. I'm sorry I spoiled it if you haven't read Allegiant by now. You're fucking stupid. Sorry, Book Nerdigans. I had to say it. And then Max says, please don't go. Please don't leave me too. Oh my god, I was like in tears. I'm sorry, Veronica Roth. The way you wrote that scene on how Tris died, I was like, what? I was crying, but I was like, what? Like, this was like, no, Gus! And he was like on the computer. He was still like typing on the computer. It was so sad. So basically now Mag can't shut down. She has to go get Quinn, and the fam will take care of the rest. And thank Connie that her mom is a nurse, so she can take care of the other shit. So anyway. So Max finds Eliza with a gun pointed at Garrett, and holy shit! So Garrett shot and killed Eliza, and he says, I'll always love you, Eliza, but I will not die for you. And then Max shot Garrett in the chest, goodbye, motherfucking asshole, and Quinn is alive, and I was like thinking, holy shit, Quinn is alive? Why the fuck is Quinn alive? Why? Why the fuck is Quinn alive? And so Sebastian killed Zachary, not Quinn. So Sebastian was playing both sides like Eliza. They just never realized it, and he was been working with a group of the United Nations, Maggie. He's not with them. And where is it? Here it is. And then Sebastian says, I never was. I've been implanting my own team here for the past 6 months, all of them working within M Corp ranks. I've been aligned with the British arm of the UN and have used my work trips to hide what I've been really doing. And oh my god, I gotta say, Veronica Roth, you should have had Tris come back to life the way Maggie did. The way Maggie came back to life in this book was so amazing. If you guys know, you book nerdigans should know what I'm talking about. Oh my god, I'm going to read you a little insert of it, but shit, it was beautiful. And then I am pushing through the faces, through the pain. I know I will carry it with me for all eternity. I push through it all because he is my choice. He will always be my choice. He is not just my match. He is my heart, my love, my redemption. He is my paradise. And I'm like, Quinn! So basically, Max needed a blood transfusion, and turns out perfect matches also have the same blood type. And yeah, they're in a different underground lab, and call me, Mom is a nurse. So Quinn, like after that, Quinn released the files, and seriously, Quinn, fucking release the files and just go. So the next time we see Max wakes up, she's in a room, and Quinn bought Max a whole new wardrobe, and the smell of bacon actually woke her up. So Quinn bought them a new bigger home in Charlottesville where Max grew up for Max, and Quinn gave them a team of 30,000 cattle. Like, holy shit. And another house next door for Mom and Sam. Like, seriously, Quinn is amazing. And, oh my god. The Gus video? Oh my god, the Gus video. I was crying during the Gus video. Oh my, Kami and Arceus. I was crying so hard during the Gus video. It was so beautiful. and and it included, well, actually, there was a little bit, I need to make a correction. There was a prologue, like a teeny bit of a prologue, and the Gus video actually included the segment from the prologue. And Jessica, I loved how you did it. Loved it. And it's how Gus, it's nice to know he was 23. And it's how Gus revealed the truth was by telling Mag's story. And I love what he said. He said, and if you are watching this, there is either a very good chance that either she or I or both of us are dead. And if it's me, Maggie, and you are watching this, it's not your fault. We both know that I'm no hero, so if I went down, it was probably for the only reason that I'd be willing to, and that's okay with me. And if you went down, then at least the world will hear the truth, because I'm fairly sure by the time they see this, you will have done exactly what I always knew you were going to do, because this is the story of the girl who saved the world. There were so many feels, so many call me damn feels. He showed it all. The truth of the neg camps that the world believed to be rehabilitation farms, the images of negs screaming as they were branded. He confessed my sins against Quentin and explained the disruption process, how I had fooled the heir to the most powerful family in the world, and how Quentin had been the biggest surprise of all. Finding him in the thick of the corruption. I see what you did there, Jess. I see what you did. Finding him in the thick of the corruption had given me the strength to become what Gus always believed I could be. What Gus always believed I could be. He talked briefly of preference evolution, but avoided going into any detail, explaining they were on the good side, but it was their right to tell their story in their own words. Okay, Jessica, make that another book, please. I would love to know the story of preference evolution. Please, please. So, or a Quentin Mercer book would be nice too. You could do a Quentin Mercer novella, but I want to know more about preference evolution, to be honest. Revelations in the coming weeks. So, the military has seized M Corp, and the negs around the world, as well as the U.S., that have been treated and don't have previous prison sentences were released to their families. And all military personnel will be treated with the cure and then vetted before being released to active duty. And counseling and therapy sessions and has been made available to all affected. And the International Reynolds Freedom Act passed. Reinstates all funds and employment to negs who were taken away from their homes and families, as well as compensation. And the antidote was seated in the clouds, so basically it was raining antidote. And Mom and Sam claimed Gus's body from the military so they could have a funeral for him. And I was like, oh. And a bunch of falsely accused negs and family of negs have been keeping a candlelight vigil for Mag. And after Gus's message, which has been playing around the clock, uh-oh, might be bleeding a little bit. Hopefully it's not showing that much. Let's see. Where am I? Because I'm almost done here. Oh, here we go. After Gus's message, the cars started coming, and people by foot too. Then they just stayed, and Quinn sent security, including Liam, to make sure that nothing gets out of hand. And if 100 volunteers want to work for Mags, and anything that she needs, they will do as a thank you for freeing them. They refuse to leave. And oh my commie, the feels when they started singing Amazing Grace. Oh my God. And Liam and his son, yes, Liam got his son back, and he is in one of the guest houses. And apparently there are 4 permanent guest houses and a caravan for the extra security on 30,000 acres of land Quinn bought. And as I mentioned, CNN has been playing Gus's video on a continual loop. Just know CNN's ratings will never be that high ever again. And Ben was on a talk show. And I'm glad that he admitted that he was proud of being a true neg, and no hard feelings for Mags leaving him down there, and he doesn't blame her. And wow, the sweatshops around the world were actually using, sorry, this is just bothering me. We're using negs as slaves. A number of M Corp workers have been arrested, and M Corp is in full cooperation with the U.S. government and the UN. And then we have Quinn's speech. And Quinn, during his speech, after being introduced by the president, and this is like the first time in weeks that people have seen Quinn. And the Negative Removal Act is gone. So ratings will be no lower than 15% and no higher than 90% because nothing is uncertain. Same with laws requiring monthly check-ins. And Sebastian and Quinn will give up control of M Corp to the UN, and there will be vote zip updates. A week after the events, a week after the events in the tunnels, Gus's funeral, and Mags is wearing his fedora now, and I was like, oh, the fedora! Oh, the fedora! And the vote is in, and the people have spoken via vote zip. And where is it? Quinn and Sebastian still have various fan businesses to run, but Quinn is... Wait, no, that's not it. Quinn's proposal has passed. There we go. Yay! I was happy with that. And this is not just in the U.S. But in the U.K., Russia, China, Australia, Japan, and other countries too. And yay, Quinn is back, and the president is giving Mags the full pardon because Mags did commit a lot of crimes. And I love what Quinn is doing. I love what Quinn said. He promised Mags paradise with the working ranch, and Quinn and Sebastian still have various businesses to run, but Quinn is staying. And so many people came out to Gus's funeral, even Ivy and Morris. And Alex said that Kelsey loved Gus. And I was like, oh, yay! And I love what Mags said. Oh, well, Gus would have said Mags was stealing his luck. And I love it. So they're going... So as they're leaving, Quinn and Mags are dealing with these reporters. And the final line of the book are the reporters' question, after all the shit Mags did, basically, does Quinn still love her? And he said 100%. And I was like, oh, that was the best way to end this book. This book was amazing. And I'm sorry, but I have to compare it to the ends of Allegiant and mostly compare it to the end of Requiem, because Requiem, we didn't get shit at the end of Requiem. We just got a whole map. Like, I understand what Lauren Oliver was doing with, leaving it up to the reader, because she just didn't really give us an option. Here, we got a beautiful way of exposing everything, and we have the world slowly changing. If Lauren Oliver would have done something like this and have, like, the surgeries would have said, like, the surgeries were immediately illegal, shit like that, and probably, if I do a Requiem Book Nerdigan discussion video, I'll probably go more into detail, but yeah. But overall, let me just mainly focus on this duology as a whole. I loved this duology. I loved the writing. I loved how this ended. I loved the emotions I got at this ending. Because you still had a side character die, but it was a more important side character die. Because like in Empower, you had what's his name? You had Gray die. And sorry if you haven't read Empower, Book Nerdigans, but I spoiled it for you. Gray died. And this one, you had Gus die, and Gus is like the best friend. That's like if you had Spence die. And I love that that Jessica changed it up. And I loved the character progression of Maggie, how she became more soft-hearted, and how she became more of a, she started caring for others other than herself because she was so closed up. And I loved how I loved all the surprises and the twists and the turns that we got with this book. Because we already got some like twists, like, because I didn't think, when I read this book, I didn't think Gus was gonna die. I didn't know someone was gonna die, to be honest. I was hoping that we're all gonna live. I was surprised that Eliza was running the counter operation. I want to know, like, I still am curious, what did Congress do? What did the Senate do in all of this? Because how that happened. If anything, if I would like to have a prequel if possible. That would be really cool if she did that and like have like a prequel leading up to how this kind of happened. That would be awesome. Because I'm kind of curious to know how the politics worked. I'm just a nerd again like that. But I want to know what you guys thought about this. I want to know what you guys thought about the writing. I want to know what you guys thought about the ending. The ending, how Quentin gave Maggie paradise, and how Maggie ended up being closer with her family after this. And how I loved how Liam got his son back. I was like, oh, Liam got his son back. This is awesome. And I love that we got so much character development out of everybody. And I loved how Quentin is so smart. I loved how Quentin picked up her shit and picked up Mag's tactics. It was great. So remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. Remember to always follow me on Twitter, and so you guys can see where I'm at with my reading. And to please donate to my Patreon. I will have a link in the description. And now we will be getting back on track to the hashtag Angel Readathon with the next book nerdigan discussion video being Angel Fall by Susan E. Until next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later.